Okay, I just got done making the bread bowls. Now we're going to fill it with my famous cheddar ale soup. A lot of people love this. Yeah, really cheesy. The ale is very stout, gives it a nice taste. It's very awesome. You're going to love it. Okay, let's get started. First, ingredients. Okay, you're going to need some chicken stock. You're going to need half and half flour, butter, ale, salt, some onions, some garlic, and of course, cheese. Cheddar cheese, sharp cheddar cheese. Now, I do actually take this in the block and shred it myself, but I'm lazy and I can do it however the hell I want to because it's my kitchen. Yay! So, we're going to do it the easy way today. First up, I guess, is measurements, okay? For every I'm making it for a family, so I'm going to do a big batch, okay? If you wanted to cut this batch, right, you could cut it into fourths. If you just wanted to cook one for yourself, right, for every 2 tablespoons of butter, you're going to use 2 tablespoons of flour, okay, which is basically 1/8 of a cup, and 8 ounces of the stock, 8 ounces of the cream, 8 ounces of cheese, or 1 bag. Okay, now I'm going to double all that up, so we're going to be using a whole stick with 8 tablespoons of butter, 8 tablespoons of flour, or a half a cup. Okay, let's start there. First off, let me get the butter, turn it on a medium-high heat. Here, put the butter in your pan. Doo-doo-doo. Boom, get that melting. Next, prep your flour while that's melting. Get out your half cup measurement here. Now, since we're not baking, this does not have to be 100% exact, but for the sake of consistency, 1 level cup of flour. Okay, now let's let that melt, then we'll make our roux. While I'm waiting on that, let's prep some garlic here, okay? Now, crushing your garlic before you chop it will help. Or you can mince it too, but getting gnarly with the garlic here, Randy, aren't we? Yeah, okay. Makes it easy to peel, so let's get all that peel off there. That's part of the point of crushing it. Get that to the side. Couple of cloves, doesn't have to be exact. Mince it really tiny. Just make sure to curb your fingers so you don't cut yourself. I know people say there's a science with this, but you know, you can rock it, you can hold it with the base right here, or hold it right here with the knife. Either way, however you want to do it, just make sure that you curb your fingers so you do not cut yourself, okay? Little itty bitty tiny minces. I did not want to pull out my garlic press. Okay, there, good enough. Good? Okay, now if you come over here, see? Butter nice and melty. All right, all melted. Next, let's go ahead, and you can add the garlic later before, but I want to saute this garlic. Get some flavor out of there. Okay. Not very long. You do not want to brown the garlic. You want to get some of that flavor in that butter and start to disperse that flavor immediately. Next, flour. Okay, the half cup of flour here. 1 tablespoon of flour per tablespoon of butter. You're going to mix that around. Get that coated. And then we're going to let that cook down. Okay? That's your roux, your thickening agent. There we go. Okay. Now, let that bubble, let that get brown a little bit right there. Next ingredient that we're going to add here is the brown ale. This is the kind I use. I do use Newcastle brown ale. Just such a great flavor in the soup. It really is. A lot of alcohol will cook off, okay? Not all of it, but most of it. Now, you could use Guinness or other stouts. Definitely use something bitter. Now, you could substitute this. You just want to do beer soup. You could use a domestic. That's fine too. But for me, personally, this is what's going to give you the really good flavor in this cheddar ale soup, okay? All right. Over there. See how that's thickening? Gonna let that thicken, get a little bit more brown. Okay, take a look. See how that roux's starting into brown? Okay, that's gonna give it a really nice flavor too. We like that. While we're here, let's do some seasoning. Let's do about a teaspoon of salt here. And let's get some onion powder. About a teaspoon. There we go. Get that nice and whisked up. Okay. There we go. Next ingredient, the ale. 3 ounces per serving. We're using the full 12 ounces here. Okay. Little bit at a time. See how that roux is thickening up real quick, isn't it? That's nice. Okay, there we go. Add all that. But it's just a tiny sip. Okay, next, 32 ounces of chicken stock. 8 ounce per batch that you're doing. Same thing. Don't dump it all in at once. Slowly kind of add it. Oh yeah, look at that. Nice. That's starting to look like soup. Okay. Now I'm using beef stock. You could use broth if you want to. Or if you don't want it quite as stout, you can use chicken stock or chicken broth. I personally prefer the beef. I think it gives it a really good flavor. Okay. There we go. Next, we're going to turn it down just a tiny bit here. A little bit at a time, you're half and half. Now, I've never had any problem with this not being creamy enough or thick enough, but you could use whipping cream if you did want it to be a lot thicker and creamier. Or, if you prefer it to be not quite so creamy, cut your half and half with some milk. There we go, mix nice and well. Okay. Now we're going to let this come to a simmer. Not a rolling boil. Remember, a simmer. It gets to that point where it becomes a rolling boil. Turn your heat down. All right. The last main ingredient that we got here is the most important one, cheese. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come over here and we're going to slowly start to add it. All right, now time for the most important ingredient, cheese. 2, 3. I have 4 bags of cheese. Did you touch it?
No, I didn't.
Okay, what the hell? Did I open the bag of cheese?
I didn't see you. You're right there, Neil.
Okay, well that's about an ounce. It ain't gonna matter. Okay, so weird. Okay, so now slowly add the cheese. You want to come on in there? Okay, now this is gonna clump a little bit the more you add. Important thing is to keep on whisking, keep on stirring. Okay, get that cheese melted. It is going to break down. No problem, and you are going to start to see this change color right before your eyes. Now, I think I said this before, but just in case, you can use other cheeses, but sharp cheddar is definitely the best. I've used sharp white cheddar before, and that was very tasty. Or if you want to mainly do almost all cheddar, and then just a tiny bit of Swiss or Parmesan, that would be okay too. But for this recipe, and to be a purist, what we're going to do is we're going to stick with sharp cheese. Okay, there we go. There's 2 bags. One more here for 3 and then 4. Ready? Yum. Remember, sprinkle it as you're stirring. Don't let too much go in at one time. You want to prevent that clumping, because then you'll have to stir like a madman and work it out and keep on doing it. There we go. Oh yeah, see? See how it looks like it's clumping a little bit? As that cheese heats up and works its way into that cream, that'll smooth out to a really nice consistency. Just keep on stirring and keep on whisking. You know it's time to stop stirring when you stop seeing the clumps on your whisk. There we go. Oh yeah, see? Starting to run clean. That's how you know that cheese is nice and incorporated in that soup. Okay, now we're going to turn it down to low and get tasting spoons. Oh, that is delicious. Okay. Now, over here, we have our bread bowls. What you're going to do is you're going to cut into that, ladle that in there, and then you dip that bread in that cheddar ale soup. It is so good. You're going to love it. There you go, cheddar ale soup. Now, I personally love this, and I taste it, and I love it, but it's a family kitchen. So, let's see what my son thinks. All right, Manny.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, there you are. All right, here. Go ahead, take a tasting spoon. Go ahead and try the cheddar ale soup. Make sure the blow on it is still hot. Give me a taste test, see what you think.
I love it.
Good? All right. There you go. Cheddar ale soup. The bread bowls to put the cheddar ale soup into. It is a family favorite. We love it. Ever since I did this recipe, it's just been a hit. Go ahead. Please subscribe to my channel, right? And check out the next videos. Love you guys. See you later. Happy cooking.